Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the offensive side of the ball in the Jacksonville Jaguars playbook. And today we're going to be looking at singleback, trips, close. And of course the trips and the bunch formations where you get these three receivers to one side of the field. Always really tough to cover in Madden. It does seem like defense is playing a little bit better this season, this Madden. But I still like this trips close out of singleback. This is going to be like a dink and dunk type of scheme. Obviously, we're in singleback, so you still want to run the ball. You know, we're under center, so we are going to have a stretch. We're going to have a duo run, but you want to be able to throw the ball just a little bit. So this is something maybe in short yardage situations you can mix in if you're in this Jags book or if your playbook also has trips close. So I'm going to come out in this halfback stretch. We'll still match with just nickel 4-2-5. Sounds good, and we'll back the ball up and get out on the field. All right, so now that we have the ball backed up, we're going to talk about the run game first. As always, the most boring part, but the most useful part. You still got to be able to run the ball, even in the game of Madden, even if it's only 2, 3, 4 times a game, depending on what mode you're playing. So, of course, we do have the duo run, and we have the stretch at our disposal. We always talk about in these videos, being able to get to the run right, get to the run left, run up the middle, you know, having all these options at your disposal. The more options, the better in the run game, the more places you can attack. So in this case here, they're kind of leaving us a very nice path to the outside. It's going to be like one-on-one with the safety, it's looking like. And if you didn't know, if you hold your L2 button or left trigger button, depending on what you're playing on, what controller you're on, you can actually see your blocking scheme. So very, very cool. You can actually see what your guys are supposed to do, at least, on the play. So we'll run the stretch on this one. Really like this. Try to get one-on-one with the safety. Didn't quite get outside. He did a good job coming down in pursuit. And of course the run game, like I said, man, this is a dink and dunk scheme. So we're taking what the defense is going to give us, short yardage situations, maybe even down in the red zone. But we can go to the duo run. You see the double team, 73, just a mauler right there. We're just going to follow him, and he's going to lead us to the promised land right there. So very nice. And of course here, man, you see running the stretch. The only problem I would say about this, I wish I had a fullback in the backfield because you would be able to spring some really big runs. I love the run game with the fullback with fullback in the backfield. But as far as out of this single back set, you're gonna be one-on-one with the safety. See if we can't cut it up. Good job there by 92 Sealer coming across. But as far as that goes, of course, just running where they're not. You see them bring down a safety to that right side of the line of scrimmage. We probably don't want to run the ball there. Against this look, we probably don't want to run the ball at all. But I'll run duo into it, just see what we can do. 23 does a good job, make the play around the corner. But still, getting positive yards, always keeping the drive going, staying on schedule, you know, getting the first down, getting the second down, and then picking up the first down and keeping the drive going. Very, very important. We're getting these pass plays, slants, double corner, a lot of short stuff, but we're going to mix in some corner routes, some deep over, stuff like that. And yeah, show you guys what we got here in the pass game. So for the pass game here, we are going to start off with slants. Very, very simple play. You can just run this absolutely stock. Another adjustment you can make is putting Parker Washington on a post. I like to put him a little bit deeper too because he kind of gets sort of lost in the sauce with the other two slants coming across the middle. Another adjustment you can make is putting your tight end Strange, in this case, putting him on a deep over as well. And all of these, are depending on the defense, are just little adjustments that you can make in game. But just for slants, we'll run it, just to start, we'll just run it stock, see if we can't get one of these ones to carry over. That would have probably been a pick in a game. So very tough, of course, against man. I do like this against man. But your opponent, I mean, obviously, you don't want them to know this is what you're going to, because they can just shade inside, and it's going to be a very good look for them. You do have that wheel route with Washington. If you do leave it stock, unfortunately, it is not one of the good wheel routes. That if you don't know about them, man, they destroy zone coverage this year. Very, very good. If you're playing online, you're probably running into wheel routes. See if we can't find a spot. And usually that, I mean, he dropped it. But that second, you sort of saw the linebacker run with the first slant coming across, and that second slant is a lot of times where you can put that ball. But in terms of just some of these other adjustments, putting Strange on the deep cross also. Of course, just crossing face with all these guys. The safety did do a good job in coming down. Of course, anything with a deep cross is going to be a nice cut. Well, we're going to run it stock again. But there you see the backside was also open along with that first guy. I just want to interrupt the video real quick and just remind you to subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the videos. I try to upload these every day if I can, but I upload as much as I possibly can with this Madden 27 season. And I do appreciate you guys if you do decide to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that YouTube stuff. But I don't want to take away from the video for too long here, so let's just send it right back to it. But anytime we're going to a deep cross here, like here, I mean, this looks like maybe cover 4, cover quarter, half, something like that. So maybe not an ideal situation to run this deep cross with Strange, but anytime I see that a post safety, I see the middle field closed, I only see one high safety with 2 corners on the outside, I do like to throw my tight end on the crosser. and of course a little bit more time. Looked like we did have inside position, probably could have came back to that. But I do really like this slants play as well. And I do want to run one with Parker Washington on the post as well. And again, I do like to increase his route stem just a little bit. You can see we're kind of flowing this play from left to right, starting our eyes to left. Boom, if they're going to give you that first slant through, we're going to take that. And that's, of course, I mean, you see a lot of these defenses online playing very aggressive, very blitz heavy. So boom, you catch them inside like that real quick, of course mixing in these other plays that we're going to get to. And sometimes you can hit a big play on this just very, very short pass that's just designed to pick up 4, 5, 6 yards and then keep these chains moving, keep the offense rolling here. But the next pass play we are going to get into is double corner in. And again, this is another one you can just leave stock. You can put your tight end here on a deep cross again, kind of flow that play. You see him and Thomas sort of working in the same direction, then Myers and Washington working underneath. You can put the tight end on a corner route, and then if you are to the wide side of the field, you're running back going to the wide side of the field, going towards the corner route, you can kind of set up smash over on that right side of the field. So if we were on like the right hash, you would have to flip this play so the tight end was running the corner to the wide side. But in this case, where we have the ball, he just kind of defaults to the right side of the field, so it works out well. So I do really like this setup here. You can kind of start your eyes, boom, hit that second in route. We're going to take what they give us, and we're going to keep the chains moving. Take these 4 or 5 yards, and then eventually your opponent is going to mess up. That's the idea behind all of this. Your opponent is going to mess up on defense. We're going to continue to make the right reads, continue to run the ball, and then boom, next thing you know, we're hitting a big corner route. But if they're going to give you these inside routes, these double in routes, we're just going to throw them every single time. And against the computer here, I do believe we are going to be able to throw it basically every single time. But again, here you see in this situation, I've been starting my eyes to the left, reading out these 2 in routes, and then Thomas Jr. over the top there. This time you see that safety kind of rotate down to play to like the right of the tight end, right strange right there. So maybe I want to start my eyes to here. We're going to run smash against this. Boom, I probably had the tight end on a little bit more right there. You can just see, just playing to your opponent and just playing the game. You saw the safety come down, so maybe you want to start your eyes that way. You still have a good concept that's going to beat zone coverage to that right side of the field, and even man coverage with some of these corner routes, depending on who you have, of course. But corner double in, very solid play here. We'll kind of run him on the deep over. We'll leave Tootin back in the backfield just as an extra 6 man to block. And we'll see, boom. Just too much stuff over the middle of the field. And if we would have had a little bit more time, one of those, either the crosser or the corner route, might have come open there. So we'll see. Of course, you can always put them on a post too if you're more of a post. You kind of want them to get like here. I mean, they kind of leave that middle of the field wide open. So maybe I want them to target more of the middle of the field instead of flattening it off. So here, we'll put them on the post route. Well, we're going to get heated up. I should get that ball out of my hands quicker. Just stare down the tight end because I really wanted to hit him with the ball right there. But as an offense that's predicated on just taking what the defense gives you, mixing in some of these other, I mean, we're not throwing just short routes. We do have the corner route here. Like we might get man, we don't. They heat us up. We're able to pick up a few, and at least we're gaining positive yards here. And then we still have the run game. We're still under center. And then, of course, these aren't the only 5 plays. I think there's an RPO out of this that you can go to maybe. There's some other stuff that you can mix in if you really do like this formation. Again, maybe I'll revisit any of these here and do a longer video on them. But just for these mini schemes, I mean, I feel like this gives you a very good basis of what a scheme could be and then how you can expand on it to suit your own play style. But doubling corner, I'll run it one more time here. See if we can't hit Brian Thomas. We're not going to be able to, bro. We're not going to be able to. But the idea is your opponent's playing cover 3, even cover 2. You get those zones to pull up on those 2 in routes, sucks the zones up. Maybe they're playing underneath or they're playing ultra aggressive. And then you're able to hit either the corner route in behind that or the post route or the deep crosser from your tight end. But double corner double in, super solid play, especially mixed in with slants. You're kind of targeting the same stuff, but a little bit of a different tempo. So really like mixing in these two with this scheme. Last one for this single back trips close mini scheme here out of this Jags book is going to be PA Flood. And this one I do leave stock because I mean the running back, if you could re-drag him or put him to the flat, I would love that. Like if we were on the right hash, or I flipped the formation, I guess, and had the running back still running basically the flood route, but without the play action, that would be great. I would do that. I would put him on the flat. But unfortunately, if you put the tight end out in a route here, you're going to see your pass protection. There is a double on that right outside guy that the tight end would be blocking. Unfortunately, when that happens, well, here, they're just going to heat us up anyway and send like 6 guys. So not great right there. But a lot of the times, whenever you put that tight end just out into any route, whenever you go to your blocking scheme, you can see here, like the tackle, he wants to block down, and for some reason the guard wants to get up to the second level. So you can, I mean, there's ways around it, right? Like you can try to ID the mic, but you can even try to full slide. But a lot of the times in these play action plays, you can't, I don't know why, you can't adjust your full slide base, you can't adjust your pass protection. So just leaving him, and then even to put him on like a chip and release, doesn't really do much for you. So just leaving him blocking is my best bet. You still get the play action here. And of course, well, I mean, you'd love that. You'd love to be able to throw the ball there. But I love how these routes layer in the PA flood with Brian Thomas and then Jacoby Myers out there. They kind of get to a similar spot on the field. Like you'll see here, just kind of pay attention to those two guys. They sort of get to a similar spot, and it leaves, I mean, I could have even led that a little bit more, but it leaves that purple zone, if there's a purple zone out there, it leaves that guy just kind of in no man's land, not sure who to cover, and then you still have Parker Washington on the sort of like a baby wheel route, I guess, similar to what he was on there in slants. You still have him to sort of get down the field and push those, whether that be a deep third or a deep quarter, whatever that case is, kind of push that down and open up the field even a little bit more for Washington or Thomas, just depending on who that guy plays. So here, boom, I mean, if they're going to, oh man, that's a tight window. Probably could have dumped it down to the running back as well. So you need to be able to, of course, check down. But this is sort of our big attacking play towards the sidelines here. And I mean, boom, if they're going to give you that much room with Brian Thomas, man, I wish he would have picked up that first block. That'd have been a big one. But if they're going to give you just a lot of guys in the area, and we are going 6-man protection, here they do heat you up. Thank goodness that guy didn't know what he was doing. Still didn't complete the ball, but thank goodness that guy didn't know what he was doing. And that's sort of the downside of play action, in my opinion. So like if we were to like we'll run PA flood, we're gonna flip the play, and then I'm gonna be able to re-flat, I guess you would say, my running back. So now we're not gonna have a play action, and we're just gonna be able to drop back. And he gets out there a lot quicker. If I wasn't an idiot and just spit it out to him, probably would have been a big gain. But you can imagine, like, playing with it that way and getting rid of the play action is definitely beneficial. Another thing, if you aren't, maybe you just didn't realize or whatever, like in this case, I came out and I didn't realize that my running back was, you know, what hash we were on or whatever. You can always put him on an out route as well. Sort of gets out there a little bit quicker than the play action. It gets rid of the play action is the big part. So if you're really against the play action, maybe you got sacked on a couple times, there is a ways to at least get out of it. But that is it for this one, guys, out of this Jags book. What scheme are we in here? We are in Singleback Trip Close. You think I'd be able to remember that one. But that is it for this one. I hope you guys did enjoy. I do like this Jags book. I did see some people running it just online and stuff like that, but super solid book. I really like this Singleback Trips Close. Again, dink and dunk formation. Take what the defense gives you, and then eventually they're going to mess up. They're going to play ultra aggressive because they think you're just hitting them underneath over and over and over again. Maybe you busted off a couple big runs, and then that's when we're going to hit these corners, or we're going to hit these big crossers, big posts, and hit them over the top. So hope you guys like this one out of the Jags book. Let me know what you want to see next on the channel, formation-wise, playbook-wise, game mode wise, whatever the case may be. Working on all kinds of stuff, trying to pump these videos out for you guys daily. And yeah, I think that's all the rambling I need to do at the end of the video. Always appreciate you guys commenting, liking. I appreciate the people that just watch the videos and say, man, that was a good video, and then don't like, don't comment. I appreciate everybody watching the videos, all that good stuff. And yeah, again, think that's actually all the rambling I need to do. Appreciate you guys. Hope to see you in the next one. And I think that's it. Later.